Good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Hunt. Um, Hope you guys have been enjoying the lessons that we've been doing. We're doing a lot of lessons on area of triangles, area of trapezoids, areas of parallelograms. Today we're going to continue in that, but we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to do volume. So, what is volume? Well, based off what we're seeing on the screen here, volume is the amount of space inside of a three-dimensional shape. So you guys will be looking at three-dimensional shapes. You will be figuring out and calculating how much space is in that three-dimensional shape. So this is a three-dimensional shape. You won't be doing this shape because this is more of a complicated shape, but this is a three-dimensional shape and it has volume. This bottle has volume in it. Matter of fact, the numbers on the bottle is letting you know how much volume or space is in the bottle. How much water you can put in here, how much volume. Okay, so we're going to apply a formula for volume for three-dimensional shapes. One of the formulas you'll learn is that we're going to do the formula for right prisms, okay? The formula for right prism is basically like a block. You're looking at like a block, a three-dimensional block. So you apply the formula. The formula is volume equals length times width. That's right here. Also, volume equals base times height. Volume equals length times width times height, and volume equals base times height. So how is it you got two different formulas for the same shape? Okay, to find the volume of a right rectangular prism with, let me get my little pointer here, with fractional edge lengths in the context of solving real world and mathematical problems. So we'll be looking at some real world problems. Our objective. The objective is to find the volume of a right rectangular prism with fractional edge lengths. Also to find a missing dimension when given the volume in two other dimensions. So you'll be solving for variables today. Maybe you'll be solving for the height. Maybe you're solving for the length. Maybe you're solving for the width. We don't know. So here we go. We have a right rectangular prism here, and we see that volume equals length times width times height. That's the formula I'm using right here. And we see that there's another formula. Volume equals base times height. Now, what is the base? What is the difference in those two formulas? Well, basically, the base is nothing more than this right here. That right there, that's your base. This little part right here, that L times W, length times width, that's your base. That's another way of saying base. That's what the base is. Base is the area of a three, base is the bottom. Base is the area of the bottom slash or top of the three-dimensional shape. So in our cases, it's always going to be the bottom of the shape. What is the base? So when they say base, they're basically saying what is the length times the width of this area right here. What is the length times the width? That's the base right there. And that is 6 times 3. So base equals length times width. It is 6 times 3, which is 18. So either you can use this formula, and I'll erase it right now. I erase this, what I got right here. Use this formula right here, and it could say length times width equals length, volume equals length times width times the height. Or you can say volume equals base times the height. And the base is nothing but the area of the bottom of your shape, okay? Got it. Okay, here we go. So our length here is 6. Our width here is 3. Our height is 4. So volume equals 6 times 3 times 4. I get 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 4 is 72. And my units here are different here because this is inches times inches times inches. That means you're doing inches cubed, okay? Remember, area, right here, look at this. Look up here at this base here. This base is the area of the bottom of the shape. So this is inches times inches. So that means you have units, inches squared. So your units are always squared with area. But with volume, you're doing units times units times units. That means you're multiplying units times itself 3 times. That means to the third power. So you have inches to the third, or inches cubed, or cubic inches. Sometimes they say inches, you could say inches cubed or cubic inches. A lot of times you'll be saying today, they're saying cubic feet, cubic inches, cubic yards, okay? So they like to put the cubic first. Sometimes you may hear me say inches cubed, which just means to the third power, okay? So remember, volume, the units are cubed or to the third power. Area, the units are squared or to the second power. So squared means to the second power. Area is to the second power. Volume is to the third power. Got that? Okay, now look, I did the volume equals base times height. What is the base? Well, the base is the area of the bottom. Well, that's 6 times 3. So volume is base 18 times 4. 72 inches cubed or cubic inches. Got it? Cool. Let's go to the next one here. This one is that each block here has a volume of 1 unit cubed. So how many blocks do we have here? Let's look at this. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 blocks here. So this is 5. Let me see if I could draw a 5 there. And I cannot because this pen does not want to work with me. 5. And how many we have here? We have 3. So we have a length of 5 and we have a width of 3. Okay. So the base is 5 times 3, or the length is 5 and the width is 3. Well, what is the height? Well, Mr. Hunt, let's look at this. The height looks like it's slightly different. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes or 4 unit. There we go. So 5 times 3 times 4, 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 4 is 60. So the volume is 60. You do not know the units. The units are units cubed there. Okay. I don't have feet. I don't have millimeters. I don't have inches. I don't have yards. I just give you units because each block is 1 unit cubed in volume. So here we go. You have volume equals 60 units cubed or cubic units. Okay. Volume is 60 cubic units. Okay. Let's just put the cubic in front. Cubic units. Okay. Now, well, how do we use volume equals base times height? Remember, the base is the area of the bottom. Well, the area of the bottom is 5 times 3. So the base is 15 times 4. Okay. 15 times 4 is 60. You get the same answer. Okay. Let's move down. We're moving pretty fast here today. I hope you guys can keep up with me. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them. Okay. I'm going to skip this problem. It's similar to what we've been doing. I think it's very easy. I'm going to go here. Now we're working. It says Mr. McNeil's classroom has tropical fish in an aquarium. The dimensions of the aquarium are shown below. So it looks like we have a height of 1 4/5. It looks like we have a length of 3 1/3. It looks like we have a width of 1 1/4 feet. Now, remember, I always told you guys, when you see mixed numbers, what do? Some of you guys should have said in your head, you always change mixed numbers into improper fractions. That's something I've always taught you guys. Okay, so don't forget that. So we're going to change all of these mixed numbers into improper fractions. But let's look and see, can we figure out what our base is real fast? The base is nothing but the area of the bottom. So bam and bam. So imagine you have a little square, a rectangle here on your bottom. That's the base right there. So that will be 3 1/3 or 3 times 3, which is 9. Mr. Hunt made a mistake already. Hold on. Yeah, I made a mistake. So this answer is going to be wrong. I want to apologize to you guys already. I already caught my mistake already. Okay. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay. And 9 plus 1 is 10. So this should be 10 over 3, not 16 over 3. So that's 10 over 3. Okay. Now, 1 times 4 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. This is going to be 5/4. So let's look at this. Okay, I'm going to cross this answer out. Remember, this is the area. So it's going to be units squared. Okay, now here we go. 10 times 5 is what? That's 50 over 3 times 4, which is 12. So the base is 50 over 12 inches cubed. Okay, I hope you guys can bear with me in my writing. Okay, so I made a mistake there. So the answer is going to be different on the bottom. I want to apologize about that. Normally I catch my mistakes. Okay, so the length times the width is 50 over 12. Okay, and that is the base. Okay, here we go. So length times width times height. Remember, there's a mistake down here. 3 1/3 should be 10 over 3, not 16 over 3. Okay, so I made a mistake there. So here we go. Length times width times height. 3 1/3 times 1 1/4 times 1 4/5. Here we go. Let me change this real fast to 10 over 3, okay? So here we go. 10 times 5 is 50. 5 times 9 is 450, okay? So this should be 450. I believe it should be 450 over 60. I need to ask my daughter. She's sitting over there if this is correct. 450 over 60. Mariah, check with me and see if 10 times 5 times 9 is 450, could you? 10 times 5 times 9. Did we get 450? Okay, yeah. My daughter says that's correct. So it should be 450 over 60. And Mariah, what is 450 divided by 60? What do you get? 450 divided by 60. Huh? Okay, Mariah says the volume should be, and if she's wrong, don't blame me. Don't blame her, okay? Blame her. She's the problem. She got it wrong. She said, what? Okay, so 7.5 feet, cubic feet. 7.5 cubic feet, or feet cubed, okay? Cubic feet, 7.5. Can you guys read that? That does not look like a 5, Mr. Hunt. You're right. It looks horrible. Let me erase this with my nice eraser here. And I'm going to try to write a 5 with this little pen here. 7.5. So 450 divided by 60, Mariah says 7.5. If she's wrong, I want you guys to write a complaint and comment inside Google Classroom about how wrong she was, okay? Thank you so much. Okay, now, so same thing here. The base is the length times the width. We should not have this right here. It should be what's up here. What's up here is base is length times width is 50 over 12. So this should be 50 here over 12. And 50 times 9, as Mariah says, 450. And 12 times 5 is 60. And so the final answer should be 7.5. Okay, this should be 7.5 as well. And this right here is wrong as well. This should be 450 over 60. So I want to apologize for making this mistake. Normally, you guys know I try to catch them before I start teaching. Okay, 450 over, well, you guys know what it should be, 450 over 60. This is horrible to write with. Okay. Okay, bam. So we got that, okay? Now, let's go do one more. In this one, I'm giving you the volume. I'm giving you the length. I'm giving you the width. I want you to solve for the height. So it says the volume of a rectangular prism, and there's example, pay attention to this. The volume of a rectangular prism below is 200 cubic meters. So they have given me my volume. My volume is this, 200. So from now on, when I see volume, I'm going to put 200. It says determine the height of the prism. So looking at this prism, I see the length is 4, the height is 5, and I'm solving for, the length is 4, the width is 5. I'm solving for the height. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So volume equals length times width times height, or volume equals, what is the volume? Well, the volume is 200, Mr. Hunt. Okay, equals length times width times height. What is the length? Well, Mr. Hunt, the length is 4. Okay, what is the width? The width is 5. I'm replacing my variables with actual numbers now. The only thing I don't have here is h, which is height. So I put in a variable h for that. So I know 4 times 5 is 20. So now instead of having 4 times 5 times h, I have 20 times h. Remember, when you have a number next to a letter, it still means multiplication. Don't forget that. So this is 20 times h, and we're solving for h. So 200 equals 20 times h. Okay, well, how do we do this? What are the steps I taught you? The first thing you ask yourself is what operation and number is next to my variable? Okay, well, Mr. Hunt, my variable is h. My operation and number next to h is times 20. Okay, now we say, what do we say? What is the opposite of times 20? Well, the opposite of times 20 is divide by 20. And you divide on what, class? Both sides. So you're dividing both sides by 20 here. 20 divided by 20 right here is just going to be 1. 1 times h is h, because 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3, so 1 times h is just h. Okay, now 20 to 200 divided by 20 will be 10. So the height of this shape should be 10. There you go. Now I did the same thing over here using volume equals base times height. But instead of putting in, so the base, remember, is up here, and it says the base is 4 times 5, or 20. So volume equals 20 times h. Remember, the base is nothing but the area of the bottom. The area of the bottom is 5 times 4. That's right up here, showing you right here. I'm circling it. Now, so do the same thing. Well, I'm trying to get h by itself. I divide both sides by 20. 200 divided by 20 is 10. There you go. You got your answer. Now, so you're calculating today the amount of space inside of a three-dimensional shapes. That is called the volume. The base is the area of the bottom of the shape. So you can use either formula, and I got everything up here that you need. I will attach this into the lesson on Google Classroom, so you can use this while you guys are watching me. You can write up on this. You can mark this up if you want. That's fine. Your assignment today, as always, independent practice. Also, I'm going to attach a Khan's Academy video. If you're struggling with this, you can watch the video. It'll help you a little bit more. Also, you do your independent practice, do your exit ticket. The exit ticket is only 2 questions. The independent practice is 4 questions. Then complete your IXL assignment, okay? A lot of you guys have been doing some great work. I'm seeing some people I have not seen that are starting to add, completing their assignment. I got some calls today from Nehemiah today. He was asking me some good questions. So guys, keep up the good work. I'm seeing Mercutio's doing some good work. Shamir's doing good work. Jasmine's doing good work. Ava, Nakia's doing good work. I haven't heard from Jair. Normally, I'm hearing from Jair every day, so I got to contact them and see what's going on with him. And a lot of you guys are doing good work. I'm gonna give some more shout outs tomorrow. It is right now. Let me see. It is 2:08. So Mr. Hunt is doing this at 2:08 in the morning. So guys, bear with me. I miss all of you. I miss your face, miss your presence, miss your personalities and everything, and just having you in the classroom and the excitement. But we'll get there soon. All right. All right. You guys have a wonderful week. Stay safe and be blessed. All right. God bless you. Bye. Now I'm trying to end this. I'm trying to end this conversation. So hold on. Oh, I got it ended. All right. Goodbye.